Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F is like an RPG, and here's why. But first, what else is Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F? Well, it's a nice way through Season 2 of Dragon Ball Super without having to watch Season 2 of Dragon Ball Super. Now, there are some differences more notable than others, some downs, mostly ups in my opinion, but anyway, let's just dive right in. This is just for fun. So I'll be categorizing key characters with traditional roleplay game roles. The healers, the heroes, the spectator class. I'll get to that later. So, what's an RPG in this context? An RPG stands for a role-playing game, which is a game where players assume the roles of characters in a fictional setting. Dungeons and Dragons, LARPing, video games. In the context of this video, I'm referring to video games, where you amass fictitious teams and carefully calculate strategic turn-based moves based on stats boards and so on. You lose some points, you gain some points. It's all on the stats, which will barely break down as we go because I do just enough. Just go look at the Wikipedia page like I did if you want to learn more about RPGs. All you nerds watching should understand me anyway. Now I want to focus on the RPG aspects of how our heroes and villains play this role on Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F. No, it's not exactly like an RPG. Listen, this is for fun. Now, let's build our playing field and establish our pieces. It all begins with a general unit. I guess he's the supreme commander currently of the Deep Fried Force. Anyway, he forces third-party scout units on Earth to help obtain the Dragon Balls. And I would categorize the Dragon Balls as a super-duper resurrection item, among other things. What are we resurrecting? Our villain, who will be leading the antagonist playing field. We'll call him the Emperor. The Emperor is so intense that he's been known to destroy his own units. He doesn't play around. Just listen to his master plan for his expedited supplemental EXP.
I've never trained a day in my life. There was never a need. Imagine what could happen if I unlock my latent potential.
Hold on! You mean you could get stronger? Stronger than your final form?
Of course, my minion. Now shut your gaping mouth so I can concentrate. If I train in earnest for the next 4 months, yes, I could reach a power level of 1.3 million!
That's a well-calculated EXP process. Let's put a pin in the antagonist team right now because almost everything in the antagonist's battle hinges on the Emperor anyway. Let's talk about our protagonist team. So Taco, a proud member of the Galactic Space Force and the lowest-ranking fighting unit of our team, lands on the battlefield Earth to warn Bulma, our summoner, that the Emperor is headed their way. As important as a fighter unit, if not more so, is a good summoner unit, which is Bulma. Bulma, being a summoner, uses ice cream as her summoning tool in this instance, and it's way more effective than you think. Much better than incantations and prayers in this case. So now her summon was sent, but Spectator 1 has yet to receive. But let's back it up. The first mandatory step of her summoning ability lies within a communicator device that she previously gained by a high-ranking angel. We'll call Mr. Angel Spectator Unit Number 1. You see, she needs to connect with Spectator Number 1 first, which inevitably coerces Spectator Number 2 into a positive response, thus keeping communications open long enough to effectively speak with our summonees. A positive response from both spectators is everything because our summonees will be needed in this battle, especially since they are responsible enough to grind hardcore with the spectators every day. About our spectator units. Spectator Unit Number 1, Spectator Unit Number 2. Are they important? They do occupy our battlefield at some point, but is it strictly as spectators? Yeah, we'll get back to them. Now let's move on to our protagonist fighting units team. Our hero. Bold, brave, and doesn't grind whatsoever. This is not going to be good for his EXP should he have to face off with the Emperor.
Hi, little Pan! Oh, sorry Mommy wasn't here sooner. Funky Piccolo's green face must have been really scary, huh?
So our hero's wife makes a microaggression against I'm going to call him a Lancer. Our Lancer has kept up his EXP over the years, but he's still in a lower class than our bumbling hero, who would rather study Super Saiyan ants. Nevertheless, he is our second most powerful ally with some special abilities that may come into play on the fighting battlefield. Cutting to the chase, we have our human scum, or I guess your wise old sage, your seasoned soldiers, and a trained galactic officer of the peace who warned our summoner prior. While he is the weakest fighting unit on the team, him warning Bulma, our summoner, about the Emperor may have single-handedly expedited maneuvers to obtain our much-needed summonees, so let's give him some credit. These are our 6 fighters, for now. Now let's finish our antagonist team. We have our ex-commander and now general, I guess, who may or may not come into play. Remember, he already played a major role by resurrecting a powerful unit. It may have ranked him downward, but this guy just wants the Fridge Force to be restored to its former glory. We have our Lancer, our high-ranking scout. Oh, that's right, the Emperor kills the scout. Unless you're watching the series and not the movie. Okay, scratch the scout. And we have pawns, our expendable and severely underclassed pawns. While these pawns all have very low EXP, there are over 1,000 of them. Hey, our general did the best he could, but without our Supreme Emperor unit around that cracked the whip, you can understand why we're left to such a dilapidated force. Bottom line, the Emperor has a serious lean into vengeance, while the general just wants to control the cosmos.
Despite all my heinous provocations on Namek, Goku still couldn't will himself to destroy me. He's a noble man of great moral clarity. So pure, it makes me want to vomit!
Wow, he's evil. We get it. But far be it from the general to challenge the Emperor. Practically speaking, this fight should have been avoided at all costs. Oh, oops, that's what got the scout killed in the first place. At the very least, the Emperor should have grinded a bit more, but oh well. Okay, we've established our opposing forces. Now, it's time for them to play. So we start with some pre-battle negotiations, which goes quite poorly. While Bulma excels in summoning, she also excels in directly berating the Emperor with delusions of grandeur.
Hey, Crate! Were the first 2 losses not enough? How'd you come back to life anyway?
Hey, stop! You should be more polite with guys who can kill you!
Even the fighting units are like, dude, STFU. This guy had a high XPP back in the Fridge Saga, and now he's got like triple XPP.
I'll give you one final chance to tell me where that fool Goku is.
You're not just obsessed with revenge, you suck at it too! What took you so long?
Suffice to say that I was tied up for a bit longer than I would have liked.
Gohan, you've gotten a lot stronger over the years. You can handle him, right?
I can handle his men, I guess. But this is serious, Bulma. I don't think you understand what kind of opponent Frieza is. It took my dad everything he had to win their battle last time, and Frieza's powered up to a totally different level. We can't beat him.
Huh? Oh crap.
Dude, shut up. Now if Goku, I mean summoning number 1, or even summoning number 2 were present, our Emperor unit would have most likely engaged in battle with them as the first play on field, which could have saved our hero Gohan and team some grief. But alas, the general gives the command for all the pawns to attack.
Soldiers, give them everything you've got!
So we get lots of fighting. That doesn't really deplete too much health and stamina from our protagonist fighters, but some. So the pawns diminish and the Lancers take each other on.
Lord Frieza, Sorbet, permission to join in the battle.
Good idea.
Then the hero was like, nah, let's stop dicking around, and used as a major stat boost to finish out the antagonist Lancer. The Emperor is pretty peeved to learn that the hero can also use the stats boost like his daddy. After the pawns have either been immobilized with near 0 health or simply wiped off the map, the protagonist fighting unit passes out elixir beams, which restores the team's health entirely. Our weakest fighting unit, Taco, refuses the full restore. Which does make sense in the end. After all, he did play a pretty evasive game. Who knows? Maybe it'll come in handy later. So then the Emperor wipes out his wounded pawns. At this point, I'd be pretty nervous if I were the general. Taco, the lowest ranking fighting unit, withdraws from battle. Rightfully so. It won't make a difference. Now the Emperor and general units approach a fully restored protagonist team.
What do you think, boys? If all 5 of us team up, do we have a shot against him?
I'm sorry, but no. He's in a completely different class than we are. It's not even close.
The Emperor immediately disables our hero without even landing a critical. In his first form, mind you. Our hero's health bar plummets to 0 and he's disabled on the field. Ah, crud. Elixir beams don't revive. They only restore health fully. Oh, thank God. I mean, praise Zeno. Our Lancer also possesses healing capabilities and uses revive on our hero, bringing him up to about 1 point on the health bar. Fighting guy sticks an elixir beam down his gullet, and it's a full recovery. The Emperor is baffled, but how much time can it buy you? Hey, this is an RPG. We have nothing but time. Wait your turn, you prick. Finally, the summon that Bulma initiated from earlier is received from Spectator 1. Bulma explains the battle situation to the summonees.
This strawberry sundae of yours, it wouldn't happen to be a sweet, would it?
Oh, is that Whis? What the hell took you so long? I've been waiting forever! Vegeta and Goku are there, right? Well, tell them to come home now! And I don't want to hear any crap about training. It's an emergency!
But crud, Summonees number 1 is too far away to use instant transmission, or I guess teleportation with magic belt dust, I don't know. So all the protagonist fighters use stat boost to serve as a signal to Summoning number 1, so that he can hone in on their whereabouts on the map. Summoning number 2 reluctantly grabs Summoning number 1, and poof, there they go. Finally, the Summonees have entered the battlefield. Summoning number 1 and Emperor measure their EXPP for a little bit. Then Emperor uses a massive stats boost.
You're a lot stronger now than the last time I saw you, Frieza, there's no question about that. But it's been a really long time, and in case you didn't notice, I've gotten stronger too.
The first time we fought, I made mistakes and you caught me off guard. To ensure that won't happen, I'm going to take my final form from the start.
Oh yeah, there it is. His everything rose sharply. Summoning number 1 remains in his base form while engaging with the stats-boosted Emperor. Summoning 1 does manage to deplete ample health from the Emperor. Then Summonee number 2 starts attacking Summonee number 1 because he wants a turn.
Stop! This has gone on long enough! You promised me we would take turns, Kakarot!
Jeez, man, ow! I barely got warmed up, you know!
What the fuck? Some kind of awkward support conversations, I guess, going on here? After that nonsense, it's time out. Summoning number 1 suggests that the Emperor is holding back another, deeper stats boost. In an effort to draw it out of the Emperor, Summoning number 1 implements his own ultimate stats boost. It's a little penultimate in some ways, but this is indeed Summoning number 1's most reliant boost that can be used anytime so long as his stamina bar is doing okay. The Emperor doesn't seem too fazed by his stats boost. And as you would expect, the Emperor finally uses his top tier stats boost. The Emperor's stats is completely maxed out, but let's keep an eye on his stamina. And it's a high-octane battle. They punch, they kick, just watch the movie. The spectators arrive, by the way, and they make snide comments and threaten to blow up Earth, aka the friggin' battlefield. Well, if our summoner doesn't fulfill her part of her previous summoning, and that's delivering the ice cream in this case, not doing this would eliminate all but the spectator units.
Does it taste as good as it looks? I hope so, since I hate traveling for nothing. I'll have to destroy your planet if it's average.
Look, it's not a good time for dessert. Okay, I'm getting it now! Just don't blow us all up if it's a little melted, alright?
The big fight continues, and Summoning number 1 is finally losing a little health against the Emperor. The Emperor suddenly notices Spectator number 2 and is a bit dismayed. Hey, they have history and stuff. The Emperor is concerned that Spectator 2 will cancel their battle, and Spectator 2 doesn't give 2 Dragon Balls and maintains impartialness. So long as the Emperor doesn't soil Spectator number 2's ice cream. Okay, so blah blah blah, Summoning number 1 and the Emperor continue to grind one another down. Sadly, the Emperor's newly realized form is still in training wheels mode, thus rendering his first time engaging with it rather ineffective. The Emperor's stats boost is beginning to serve as a detriment, running his health bar down faster than it should be on top of Summoning 1's attacks. So we've reached an impasse where Summoning number 1 gives the Emperor a chance to escape the field, live the fight another day, tap out, enact the field surrender, pause and select.
See? I told you you'd run out of gas. Now take my advice and get out of here. And live to fight another day. I'll be here for a rematch when you're ready, I promise.
Damn you! Why? This shouldn't be happening! I am Lord Frieza!
Oh my god, remember the General? The Emperor gives him a look and bam! The General uses a conventional weapon to fell Summoning number 1. You see, Summoning number 1 has a history of letting his guard down, on top of embarrassing heart problems, which is exactly where the General attacked him with his Ray Blaster. Summoning number 1 is completely stripped of his stats boost and his health plummets downwards to near zero. While the Emperor toys with what little health Summoning number 1 has left, the spectators praise the Emperor for his epic move.
You know, I did try to warn Goku this might happen.
Clearly a dirty move by Frieza, but effective, you have to give him that.
The Emperor then entices Summoning number 2 to pledge his loyalty to him once again.
Take Goku's life and I'll appoint you the Supreme Commander of the entire Frieza Force.
You would make me your supreme commander. Is that a real offer?
Should I take that as a yes?
Damn it. Now I may actually regret this. But I've already made my decision. I'm going to pulverize you until there's nothing left.
Summoning number 2 requests that fighter unit Bald Guy Special Forces brings the last elixir bean for summoning number 1. The Emperor attempts to destroy the fighter upon delivery, but summoning number 2 counters his attack, thus destroying the general in the process. Summoning number 1 is fully restored. Good thing space cops don't do drugs. Summoning number 2 uses the same stats boost just like summoning number 1 before him. The Emperor is shocked. Due to summoning number 1 wearing down the Emperor in the previous battle, summoning number 2 quickly grinds the Emperor back down to a prior stats boost.
All hail Vegeta, Prince of No One!
Summoning number 2 is about to deliver the finishing blow, but then, the Emperor, in a final attempt, uses a move so potent that I'm afraid it will turn this battle around swiftly. The Emperor seemingly uses self-destruct, thus eliminating the entire battlefield. And when I say the entire battlefield, I mean the entire planet. The best part is it doesn't take 5 Dragon Ball Z minutes anymore. Thanks for fixing that problem, Dragon Ball people. Is this the end for our heroes? Well, Spectator number 1 was kind enough to encapsulate all but summoning number 2 and the Emperor in a Super Shield Plus, guarding them from the self-destruct attack. So is the battle still in play? Well, duh, of course it is. The Emperor ain't dead. This species is able to survive in a vacuum. But because the plot demands it, Spectator number 1 uses a special and literally divine move which reverses time by 3 minutes. But he can only perform this move once in a while. Lucky move having those impartial special units on the field. It's time to make this count and close the battle up. Remember, only summoning number 2 was destroyed in the self-destruct and has no idea what's about to happen upon his divine revival. But wouldn't Freezy Pop be like, wait a minute, deja vu? Maybe Freezy Pop did take himself out. Maybe the heroes already won. Oh well, we already went back in time, so everything is restored, including the battlefield. Summoning number 2 is geared to finish the Emperor once again. Then, summoning number 1 with everything he knows steps in with the finishing blow.
Frieza! What? No!
Critical or not, that's that. The Emperor is finished. Not a single unit remains from the Emperor's team. Our heroes shake hands and tug EXPPs, and, well, there you go. Wasn't that fun?